Hey guys, it's Mike back here again to talk to you about the Jet game, which was a loss yesterday to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a game that they lost 15 to 10. Just not a good loss if you're a Jet fan overall. This one in particular hurts. Not that they played well, because they did not play well. In my opinion, this was their worst performance of the year, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But going into the game, you looked at it as, the Jets, this is their game. They should be favored to win this one. I think most people thought they were going to win this game, considering the Bucs did not have Jameis Winston. They didn't have Mike Evans. Those are their two best offensive weapons, with the quarterback Winston and their best receiver, Mike Evans. But, of course, the Jets have to face Ryan Fitzpatrick, an old friend, an old enemy, whatever you want to call him, Fitzmagic. And, he just manages the game. He only threw one interception, so he, did what he had to do. And the Jets put up a pitiful performance, if you ask me. And you know what? We'll start positive. I'll tip my hat to the defense. They didn't play great. But again, they only let up 15 points, which was expected considering Tampa was missing a few offensive players. But they hold their own, and for the whole game, they really kept the Jets in the game because their offense was abysmal, the Jets yesterday. Brutal. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't establish a run game, which has been... Jets have such an inconsistent run game this year. We see versus Buffalo, they rush for close to 200 yards as a team with Forte, McGuire, and Powell. Yes, Forte was out yesterday versus the Buccaneers, but still, Powell and McGuire are not able to get much going, and you put some blame on them, but yesterday the offense was the way it was. Brutal only put up 10 points, I'd say mainly because of the offensive line. For whatever reason, the offensive line, they could not pass block, they couldn't run block, and overall, the Jets' offense could not get anything done because of that. You got Josh McCown, who got sacked a handful of times, which, 38 years old. He's a good athlete, and I think he needs to utilize that more, but, he wasn't able to get out of the pocket for whatever reason. And it hurt the Jets in this one. Is how many times did their offense 3 and out, versus Tampa's defense, who was one of the worst defenses in football this year, statistically. And it didn't matter for a Jet offense who missed performance, 10 points, really had 3 points till their garbage time touchdown at the end. This is the way their offense was really supposed to perform all year. They weren't supposed to be a high-powered offense with McCown or whoever was under center. They've overachieved overall this year. But you know what? The expectations this season, as if you're a fan, you start to, you buy in a little bit. And this was one that the Jets really should have had. And it starts with the offensive line. And we all know the penalties, yet again, the Jets just kill themselves with these penalties. I don't know if it's because they have a reputation, some of these calls you can question, but, that was their one issue on defense yesterday. They get a big stop on third down. Oh, no, never mind, a flag. And it's just such a letdown. Keeps the Buccaneer drive going. And on offense, too, all the holdings and whatever, on first down, they run a play. Maybe they gain 5 yards, but it's actually a holding. Instead of 2nd and 5, it's 1st and 20. Kills the drive. Their offense isn't high-powered. It's not made to, be able to gain these huge yardage plays. But they also didn't make any attempt for big yardage plays up until the end. The end of the game yesterday, we saw McCown hit Robbie Anderson on a deep ball for a touchdown, which, you're like, where was that all game? Give it a shot, honestly. And they were not able to get anything done because of that. I know McCown had no time, but man, he just got sacked too much, and it was just a long day. The line really struggled. Penalties. And that's really it. I mean, there's nothing else but, 4-6 now going into the bye. Better than most people thought, going into the season. But, now you're a Jet fan. The Jets, they're caught in that in-between. Now that I think they're like a game and a half, 2 games out of the wild card spot. Yeah, we want them to make the wild card, but now, is it realistic? They win that game yesterday? Yes, it is, but yesterday's loss that's going to be a tough one for them to overcome from. So I don't know where they'll turn from there, but these penalties and that all of a sudden this offensive line, which had been a strength early on in the year, all of a sudden is really struggling. And that's really it. I mean, now they're 4-6. We're still going to see McCown. for a couple more games. But 4-6 is not, they're on that bubble of, are they going to get a good draft? And they're not, and this is what people feared. They're not going to get a good draft pick, and they're not going to make the playoffs unless they win 6 in a row, which I don't foresee happening. But that's it. Just a terrible loss, and it leaves a bad taste in your mouth if you're a fan. Now you have to wait. Not this Sunday, but they don't play again until the following Sunday. What are you going to do? But they're back to being the Jets, as some will say. But that's it. That's all I'll say for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you not next week, but the following week, the following Monday, as the Jets have a bye. Enjoy your bye week and focus on your fantasy team. That's what I'll say, and I'll leave you with that. Thanks.